back with another reaction video. It's your boy Mikey, aka Flashyflvke. Don't forget to turn on post notifications and subscribe to the channel. But right now, we about to get into Mikey Williams' collapse after hearing his life sentence. Obviously, this is a rap cap because he in college right now. He didn't get no life sentence. He in college right now. But I think he did have a case. Something had went pending when something happened for him to postpone his college date. I think, yeah, I remember that happened, and it was crazy. Like, he was, it put him back. It put him back. That case, or whatever the case may be, had put him back. And I guess a couple of colleges stopped looking at him. A couple of people was like, "Oh, he a criminal." Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know what had happened. But you know how social media get all of this stuff be based off of propaganda, all types of stuff, names and looks, yeah, Mikey Williams in college right now. So let's get right into this video, though. Let's get right into this reaction so we can see what happened.
Mikey Williams, who signed a deal with Excel that is expected to generate millions for the student athlete.
Mikey Williams was destined for NBA stardom, with millions of followers and endorsement deals before he even graduated high school. But one night changed everything.
Fate, God, I'm stuck in a tough position, so I wasn't gonna get myself out of that. Neither was my lawyers or anybody else.
9 felony charges, potential decades in prison. His basketball dreams were destroyed.
9 felony charges. How?
Overnight. But how did America's most promising high school star fall so far, so fast? Let's break it down. The meteoric rise and catastrophic fall. Few stories in modern basketball capture the rise to fame and the crash that follows like Mikey Williams. The foundations of Williams' basketball destiny were laid early, rooted in a family where athletic excellence wasn't just encouraged, it was expected. His father, Marlon Williams, had been a standout high school basketball player at Sweetwater High School, while his mother, Charisse, excelled as a catcher and outfielder in collegiate softball at Hampton University. This genetic cocktail of athletic prowess, combined with an unwavering emphasis on discipline and perseverance, created the perfect storm for a basketball phenomenon.
I've seen plenty of power banks.
Nah, yeah, Mikey Williams is tough at hoop. He tough. I'm not gonna lie, he tough on the hoop side. Just saw that happen to him.
I got into basketball I probably started playing when I was like 4. My pops was a coach, so I was already around basketball and stuff all the time.
From the tender age of 4, Williams was immersed in the world of basketball. But it wasn't until middle school that the basketball world truly took notice. A viral dunk video in 7th grade catapulted him into the national spotlight, drawing immediate comparisons to young LeBron James and sparking a social media following that would eventually exceed 3 million followers on Instagram alone.
I wasn't. I was young. I was probably in like 7th grade, 8th grade, so all I knew was basketball. Like, business didn't really exist to me yet, you feel me? So it all just happened really fast.
The explosion of Williams' fame wasn't accidental. It was carefully orchestrated by his father, who recognized the potential for his son's talents to transcend traditional basketball pathways. At just 13 years old, Williams signed a groundbreaking NIL deal with And One, the streetball apparel company, making history as the youngest endorser in sports. This deal, reportedly worth 6 figures, highlighted the shifting landscape where social media influencers could monetize.
And one video, the hot sauce, yeah, that's where I learned how to play. That's where I learned how to dribble. Watching hot sauce and one videos, that's where I learned how to dribble. I used to just practice those. I used to go outside and practice those all the time.
Before even reaching high school.
Really, my pops was like the mind behind that. I didn't really know, a lot of stuff I was doing, I didn't know why I was doing it, but I was just doing it. He just tell me like it's gonna make sense.
When Williams arrived at San Ysidro High School in 2019, expectations were astronomical, but even the most optimistic projections couldn't have predicted the statistical devastation he would unleash. As a freshman, he averaged an otherworldly 29.9 points, 6.7 rebounds, 4.9 assists, and 1.6 steals per game, leading San Ysidro to a CIF San Diego Section Division III championship. But it was one particular performance that would etch his name into California high school basketball folklore forever. On December 13, 2019, against Montgomery High School, Williams erupted for an astronomical 77 points, including 9 3-pointers in a 116, 52 victory, shattering San Diego County's single-game scoring mark previously held at 71 points. The performance wasn't just statistically remarkable, it was a cultural phenomenon that sent shockwaves through the basketball community and cemented his status as a generational talent. The accolades poured in like a torrential downpour: Max Prep's National Freshman of the Year, CIF San Diego Section Player of the Year, and a spot on the All-State First Team. Recruiting services pegged him as the #1 prospect in the 2023 class, with offers flooding in from blue blood programs like Kansas, Duke, and North Carolina. But Williams' ascension transcended mere basketball statistics. His social media presence became a masterclass in modern athlete branding, with Overtime, a sports media company, producing a YouTube reality series documenting his life, further amplifying his already stratospheric profile. The teenager who once felt uncomfortable in front of cameras had transformed into a content creation machine, understanding intuitively how to leverage his athleticism into cultural relevance.
Like, that's sophomore year.
That was my freshman year.
Freshman year? Okay, freshman year.
Yeah.
To be that young with that many followers, like, was it hard for you?
Yeah, cause I didn't know what to do.
The NIL era's dawn.
I ain't gonna lie, Mikey Williams did blow up fast on the hoop scene. Like, it was like that. He did one dunk on somebody, I think, that I seen. So crazy. And on it. And then after that video went viral, everybody was, the whole NBA scouts, the whole sponsorships, everything was like, it's really like 2K. I'm not even gonna lie, it's really like 2K. If you ever play 2K and you play a full game and then you do something crazy, then after the game you get all the sponsorships, like, this is like real life. This is what happens in real life. Like, you do something crazy in the game, you get sponsorships, people look at you.
Williams perfectly positioned to capitalize on the seismic shift in amateur athletics. In October 2021, at age 17, he signed a multi-year endorsement deal with Puma, one of the first high school athletes to do so, launching signature apparel and sneakers. His NIL valuation reached an estimated $3.6 million, including NFT collections, appearances in NBA 2K22 commercials, and partnerships with brands like Lace Clips and Cash App. Celebrity endorsements followed the money. LeBron James praised his game, Kevin Durant called him a must-watch, and Drake featured him in music videos and social posts. The teenager who had started with viral dunks in 7th grade was now rubbing shoulders with the entertainment elite, living a lifestyle that most professional athletes could only dream of achieving. The college recruitment process became a coronation rather than a competition. Williams committed to Memphis in November 2022 to play under Penny Hardaway, drawn by the program's NBA pipeline and Hardaway's legendary status. At his peak, scouts projected him as a top 5 NBA draft pick, viewing him as a dynamic scoring guard with star potential. But as Williams' star continued its seemingly inexorable rise, the pressures and temptations that accompany premature fame began to exert their corrosive influence. The teenager who had conquered social media and dominated high school basketball was about to discover that success built on such unstable foundations could crumble with devastating swiftness. The first cracks in the facade appeared not on the basketball court, but in the spaces between games, in the moments when the cameras weren't rolling and the crowds weren't cheering. Williams later reflected that there had been situations before the main incident that could have been not so good, admitting he had slipped up a few times. Just
never sue the other driver.
Dunks be going crazy. I'm gonna get some film of me hooping.
Just the situation that happened, I think it was situations that I've been in before that.
I'm trying to play all the YouTubers in basketball. I'm trying to get back into this YouTube basketball. So I need to play I need to play all the YouTubers like J5, DDG, Cash Nasty. Who else? Who else? Silky. Who else? Playboy Max. I'm trying to play all of them. Tyleo. I'm trying to play all of them in hoop. I'm trying to hoop. I'm trying to be on the basketball hoop scene. I'm trying to hoop. Trying to hoop.
Could have been like, not so good, because what happened is just like God sat me down, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was never convicted of doing anything.
Right. The warning signs were there for those willing to see them. reports from scouts highlighting pre-arrest red flags such as inconsistent effort and entourage influences, suggesting that the shooting incident would be symptomatic of broader issues rather than an isolated event. Then came March 27, 2023, a date that would forever divide Mikey Williams' life into before and after. At his $1.2 million home in Jamul, east of San Diego, what should have been a quiet Tuesday night transformed into a nightmare that would derail one of basketball's most promising careers and serve as a stark reminder of how quickly success can transform into scandal. At approximately midnight, an argument erupted with a group of uninvited visitors who had arrived at Williams' property. According to reports, tensions escalated rapidly, and as the group attempted to leave in a Tesla Model 3 containing 5 passengers, shots were fired, striking the vehicle multiple times but miraculously causing no injuries. The teenager, who had spent years cultivating an image of controlled athleticism and social media savvy, had allegedly lost control in the most spectacular and consequential way possible. The incident would mark the beginning of a legal odyssey that would consume the next year and a half of his life, transforming him from basketball prodigy to cautionary tale overnight. The legal nightmare and career devastation. The aftermath of that fateful March night would unfold with the methodical precision of a legal thriller, each development more damaging than the last to Williams' carefully constructed public image. On April 13, 2023, Williams was arrested by San Diego County Sheriff's deputies, facing an initial barrage of 6 felony charges that carried the potential to effectively...
How did he get, like, I don't get it. How did he get in trouble for shooting on his property? Some people that came in and visit him and probably was trying to harm him. Well, however the case may be. I don't know exactly how it went, but how, like, he get in trouble for, you know, protecting himself on his property. I don't get that.
And his basketball career before it had truly begun. The initial charges painted a devastating picture. 3 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, 1 count of making criminal threats with a firearm, and 2 counts of firing at an occupied motor vehicle. Each assault charge alone carried a potential sentence of 9 years, meaning Williams faced the very real possibility of spending the prime years of his athletic career behind bars rather than on basketball courts. The basketball world reacted with a mixture of shock, disappointment, and disbelief. Social media erupted with...
You know what they made him do? They made him... they probably made him be like, you know, his lawyer and all that probably said he going to school, he played basketball, blah, 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 blah. And they probably made him stay in school. Like, he gotta stay in school. If he get out of school, he probably gonna get arrested. Like, he gotta get good grades. He gotta stay in school. They probably did like a little deal with that, like with the school aspect of things.
From major outlets like at Bleacher Report, garnering over 32,000 likes, reflecting collective surprise as fans grappled with the fall of someone they had watched grow up in the public eye. Commentators began drawing parallels to NBA star Ja Morant's gun-related suspension, dubbing it the Ja Morant effect, and worrying about a pattern of off-court troubles for young black athletes in basketball.
What?
Memphis coach...
Why us just doing this? Like, putting a gun sign up or anything, like, what does that got to do with us being violent? Like, what does that got to do with us being violent? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like an emo, like somebody shooting a 3, like, and they put up the number 3 sign. It's just like an emo, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just something people do. Like LeBron, when he dunk, he be like just doing this, patting his chest. Like, I don't know.
Hardaway, who had recruited Williams aggressively, issued a neutral statement. We are aware of the situation and are gathering more information, while privately grappling with the reality that his prized recruit might never set foot on campus. The legal proceedings moved with agonizing deliberation, each hearing adding new layers of complexity to an already Byzantine case. Williams pleaded not guilty to the initial charges, but prosecutors weren't finished building their case. In October 2023, during a preliminary hearing that would prove pivotal to his future, additional evidence emerged that would only deepen his legal jeopardy. Judge Sherry M. Thompson Taylor ruled there was sufficient evidence for the case to proceed to trial, and prosecutors seized the opportunity to add 3 more felony charges, bringing the total to 9. The new charges included additional counts of making criminal threats and grand theft auto related to the incident, expanding Williams' potential exposure to over 30 years in prison if convicted on all counts.
But they say they didn't see Williams fire.
Sedation dentistry makes it possible for me to know that I will not be in any kind of pain.
And when you wake up, you're beautiful.
firing a gun. The San Diego County Sheriff's Department says people were arguing about guests inside the house where Williams lived. No one was hurt in the shooting. Williams is out of custody on $50,000 bail.
The weight of the legal proceedings began to take its toll, not just on Williams, but on his family and support system. In interviews, he would later describe the surreal experience of sitting in courtrooms watching lawyers debate his future while feeling powerless to influence the outcome.
Because I feel like the people around me were more like scared. Like my pops would call me and he'll be, you feel me, stressing and whoop because he didn't been through it, you feel me? He didn't had to go through the same thing, and it's like he don't want you, like obviously he don't want me to go through it.
Meanwhile, the commercial consequences of his legal troubles began mounting with ruthless efficiency. Puma, which had signed Williams to that groundbreaking, a multi-year footwear and apparel endorsement deal, severed ties with the embattled athlete, citing the pending legal issues as grounds for contract termination. Lace Clips, a sports technology company, followed suit in May 2023, with CEO Jonathan Nussbaum stating bluntly that Williams was not someone we will associate with our brand. The financial devastation was swift and comprehensive. Williams' NIL valuation, which had peaked at an estimated $3.6 million, plummeted as brands distanced themselves from the controversy. The teenager, who had been positioned to become one of the wealthiest amateur athletes in history, suddenly found himself stripped of the commercial partnerships that had defined his public persona. At Memphis, the situation grew increasingly untenable. Williams was indefinitely suspended from all team activities upon his arrest, effectively forcing him to redshirt his freshman season without ever playing a meaningful minute of college basketball. The athletic department, mindful of the university's reputation and NCAA compliance requirements, maintained a careful distance from their once prized recruit.
Like, at first, it was like I was in the gym every day, and then once I started going through what I was going through, like at Memphis, like the AD was tripping on me. He wouldn't let me in. I went back home, and I was like, man, it was about August or something. I just went back to the crib, and I was like, I started like going to the gym maybe twice a week, because that wasn't the main thing on my mind. It just one day it hit.
The isolation was perhaps the most difficult aspect of Williams' ordeal. The teenager who had thrived on the energy of packed gymnasiums and the validation of social media engagement found himself cut off from the very activities that had defined his identity. Basketball, which had been his passion and his pathway to success, became a painful reminder of everything he stood to lose. The psychological toll was evident in his increasingly rare public appearances and social media posts. Williams later admitted that he had deactivated his Instagram account multiple times for months at a stretch, overwhelmed by the combination of legal stress and public scrutiny. The confident teenager who had once commanded millions of followers now struggled with the most basic aspects of public life.
I would have, but actually Kennedy, he told us not to deactivate our Instagrams, all that, yeah. Because I don't be liking to be on there for real.
You be deactivating yours?
Yeah, I didn't deactivate them a few times for like months.
As the legal proceedings dragged on through the summer and fall of 2023, Williams found himself in a form of professional limbo that few athletes ever experience. Too young to turn professional overseas, barred from college basketball, and facing potential incarceration, he watched helplessly as peers like Jared McCain and Rob Dillingham continued their basketball journeys, while his own remained suspended in legal uncertainty. The November 30th, 2023 plea hearing would prove to be the turning point in Williams' legal saga, though the path to that moment had been fraught with agonizing uncertainty and the very real possibility that his basketball career might be over before it had truly begun. The arduous journey back. The November 30th, 2023 plea hearing represented both an ending and a beginning for Mikey Williams, the conclusion of his most perilous legal chapter and the tentative first step toward reclaiming a basketball career that had seemed lost forever. Williams reached a plea agreement with prosecutors, pleading guilty to a single felony count of making criminal threats under California Penal Code Section 422, with the remaining 8 felony gun-related charges dismissed as part of the deal. The terms of the plea agreement reflected both the seriousness of the original charges and the possibility of redemption that still existed for the young athlete. Williams was required to complete anger management courses, cognitive behavioral therapy, gun safety classes, and 80 hours of community service, with the understanding that successful completion would result in the felony being reduced to a misdemeanor at sentencing.
Faith, God, I'm stuck in a tough position, so I wasn't gonna get myself out of that. Neither was my lawyers or anybody else. It was really God. I just had to stay down because it didn't really hit me at first. You feel me? It hit me like a little minute into my little situation. It hit me, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when God really like was tapping on my shoulder. Like,
protect your dreams under our.
Dang, man. he had to go through all that. He could have just been flourishing beyond what he could have been right with Rob and all of them right now, but
Reaction to the plea deal was overwhelmingly positive, with many viewing it as a second chance for a talented young man who had made a serious mistake. Social media erupted with celebratory posts, including Jam John's viral 3-1 deficit post that garnered 17,000 likes, framing Williams' legal resolution as a comeback story rather than just the end of a nightmare. Williams threw himself into fulfilling the terms of his plea agreement with characteristic intensity. By the time of his August 12, 2024 sentencing, he had not only completed all required programs, but had exceeded the community service requirement, volunteering extensively with youth programs and demonstrating genuine commitment to personal growth. Judge Thompson Taylor, presiding over the sentencing hearing via virtual court from Florida, officially reduced the felony charge to a misdemeanor and sentenced Williams to 1 year of summary probation. The sentence included a 10-year restriction on possessing firearms, but crucially, no jail time, an outcome that finally allowed Williams to begin rebuilding his basketball career. However, the landscape Williams returned to was vastly different from the one he had left. In January 2024, even before his legal resolution was complete, Williams had entered the transfer portal from Memphis, citing the program's failure to prioritize his return amid the ongoing legal uncertainty.
I couldn't get into Memphis, so I had to transfer anyways. But I felt like the coach, really, Coach Dawkins, played a big part in that. It's in the Big 12, you feel me? So the conference played a big part in that.
Williams' commitment to the University of Central Florida, UCF, in March 2024 marked his return to college basketball, but it came with dramatically reduced expectations and circumstances. Coach Johnny Dawkins, who had emphasized second chances during the recruitment process, welcomed Williams to a program in the competitive Big 12 conference. The 2024-25 season at UCF provided Williams with his first taste of college basketball, but the statistics told a humbling story of a player working to rebuild both his skills and his reputation. In 18 games with 5 starts, Williams averaged 5.1 points, 1.9 rebounds, and 0.7 assists in 14 minutes per game, shooting 37.1% from the field. While these numbers were modest compared to his high school dominance, they represented something far more.
Y'all gotta understand mentally how that took a toll on him. Like all of the situation that happened, like it took a toll on him mentally. It took a toll on him mentally, bro. That took a toll on him mentally because he could have been like, you know, it's trauma. He probably thinking like, dang, I'm only scoring 5 points in college, this and that, I ain't getting no looks, this and that, I'm sitting on the bench. And he went from flourishing to, you know,
proof that his basketball career could
he's
continue.
still in college though.
Sure, like,
I think he's still in college right
grateful,
now.
Like it's stuff like this. Like I have a game where I play 5 minutes, 7 minutes. I know I should be playing more. You feel me? It'd be tough and be challenging. End of the day though, I'm like, bro, I'm out here playing. Like it'll make you shed a tear. Like that's the biggest blessing. You feel me?
The psychological and emotional journey of Williams' comeback proved as challenging as the legal and basketball-related obstacles. In interviews, he spoke candidly about the humbling experience of going from projected lottery pick to role player and the patience required to rebuild a career that had seemed destined for immediate NBA stardom.
Like, man, so it definitely affected me. Like, now it's like, I don't take this for granted. Days be frustrating, bro. Like, for sure. Even when people have whatever they had to say about me right now, like, I don't care.
Despite showing flashes of his former brilliance, including season highs of 14 points against Iowa State and Oklahoma State, Williams struggled with consistency and the adjustment to college-level competition after an extended layoff. Injuries also limited his availability as he missed 19 games during the season, further complicating his attempts to regain basketball rhythm. By March 2025, Williams had entered the transfer portal once again, seeking a fresh start and greater opportunity to showcase his abilities. His commitment to Sacramento State in April 2025 represented yet another chapter in his ongoing redemption story. The Sacramento State program, under the guidance of head coach Mike Bibby, a former NBA All-Star and 2008 Olympic gold medalist, along with advisor Shaquille O'Neal serving as president of basketball operations, offered Williams something that had been elusive since his legal troubles began, a genuine opportunity for redemption and development in an environment focused on his basketball future rather than his troubled past.
My goals, man, right now, man, I just want to get to the NBA. You know, I personally go to Cypher that, but the main goal.
He can go overseas like LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball, they went overseas.
I get to the NBA, bro. Like I worked my whole life for it. You know what I'm saying? Like And I feel like what I've been through kind of fueled me.
As of September 2025, Williams stands at a crossroads that would have seemed unimaginable during the height of his high school fame. Now 21 years old and preparing for what could be a pivotal sophomore season at Sacramento State, he faces the challenge of proving that the player who once seemed destined for NBA stardom can still achieve those dreams despite taking a far more circuitous route. The young man who now speaks with hard-earned wisdom about faith, patience, and personal growth represents a far different figure than the social media sensation who dominated high school basketball just a few years ago. His story serves as both cautionary tale and inspiration, a reminder of how quickly success can evaporate, but also of the possibility for redemption when someone is willing to do the difficult work of rebuilding from the ground up.
But whatever it is that you want to do, just keep at it. You're gonna get rewarded, you know what I'm saying? But nah, for the most part, I just be happy for him, man.
Williams' journey from basketball prodigy to legal defendant to redemption-seeking college athlete illustrates the complex realities of modern youth sports, where social media fame, NIL opportunities, and the pressures of premature celebrity can create as many perils as possibilities. His story continues to unfold, with the final chapters yet to be written, serving as a powerful reminder that in basketball, as in life, it's not how you start the game that matters most, it's how you finish it. Thank you for watching.
So that situation did humble him, I get it. But hey, that's life. Hey, I know some stories where I know some crazy stories, man. It's been some crazy hoop stories. But that's it for the video, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Mikey, aka Flashyflvke. Don't forget to turn on post notifications. And I got other videos. If you like this video, comment down below or like the video, you know. I got other videos if you would like to go watch those. But without further ado, we out. I'll see y'all. Peace.